Hi everyone, my name's Kath of Zen with Kath. I'm an energy worker. I do a range of different things, including energy healing, some spiritual art, and bringing through channeled messages. This webinar is part of the Spiritualism New Zealand series of teachings. And the topic I've chose to talk about is clearing our physical home environment in a really conscious and energetic way so that it's good for our energy health. I'm going to cover three different things. Why is it really important to have a clear out in our homes? Some tips on how to do it, and just bearing in mind this is a short overview. There are people who dedicate their whole career to clearing out stuff and teachings, which you can learn from. So this is just a short one, and I'm going to be working on the third thing, which is working with the energies after we remove items from our home. The information I'm giving you is coming from my guides, my own experiences, and things that I've learnt from other people. So it's a collation of learnings. And just remember, there's no right or wrong way, and just take what's useful and leave the rest. So why is it important energetically to have a clear out? The first reason is that stuff in our home can carry toxic or stagnant or low vibrational energy, and that can affect our mood, our energy, how we're feeling, our relationships, our emotional health, can make us physically sick, and also it can clutter our minds and prevent clear thinking. So often we're just not aware of it. Stuff just accumulates in our home, we don't see it anymore, and it becomes the norm. So we might be operating at quite a low level and feeling good, but that's just normal. You know, we don't know any other way. And when I'm talking about stuff in our homes, I'm not just talking about the obvious things that are around, also stuff that you've got stuffed in cupboards and in your ceiling space, in your garage, things that you don't see, they will still be affecting you energetically. They are still energetic dirt, clutter, if you like. So clearing out things that don't serve our highest good will bring in higher vibrations that help us to feel lighter, more easeful, more peaceful, and hopefully more joyful. The second reason why it's really important to have a clear out every now and then is to help us manifest new things in our life. We've got to clear out the old and make space for the new, and make space to be able to attract it in. I recently asked my spirit team, where am I at with my life? What's going on? What's my main thing at the moment? And I got this really clear message: you are becoming empty. And I got a vision of a fruit bowl and the old fruit going out, and then just clearing that space so that the new could come in. I'm in a sort of a transition time in my life where the children have left home to move to another place and move on from my work. So big transition. So clearing out physical space is all part of getting the optimal energy ready to bring in the new. So we want to feel good by having a clear out, and we also want to clear out space for manifesting new stuff coming in. So how are we going to do this? How do you do it consciously? Not just do it, but how can we do it in a way that's really good for our energetic health? So a few principles that I use in this space for positive energy is that preparation is important. And I believe process is just as important as outcome, the process of doing it as well as what you get at the end. And I think it's also really important to be honest and conscious with our choices of what we want to keep and what we want to let go of. So preparing for a good clearing process, what might we do that? I think it's important to set intentions around energy. So I might say my intention is to release old energy, or my intention is to make my home, my physical environment, vibrate at the new level that I'm vibrating at. Or it might be, I want to create a lighter and more peaceful space for me to be in. So it's up to you. I think it's important to get yourself motivated and in the mood. So perhaps watch some online videos of people that are really passionate about doing this stuff. I find that a useful thing to do because their enthusiasm sort of rubs off on me, and then I'm like, yeah, I want to do it. You've got to be in the mood. You've got to plan what you want to tackle, how much you want to do, and when you want to do it. So it's not, so you're actually creating time and space in your diary to do this. Be realistic. So chunk it up. So maybe tackle a room a week, or even a drawer, or a shelf, or even a box of something. For example, if it's photographs, little things take a long time. So just chunk that up to the little box. And that's about process being as important as outcome. Do not make energy worse in your home or make yourself feel worse by creating a big mess. You've emptied out a whole room, all down the hallway and into other rooms, and then it just feels too overwhelming and it just sits there for weeks and weeks and weeks. That's just going to make everything worse and defeat the purpose. So we don't want you to be weighed down. We want to feel uplifted. And then the next thing about preparation and planning is how I'm going to make this fun. So perhaps put on your favorite uplifting music, burn some nice incense, or whatever, rocks your boat. And maybe listen to a really fascinating podcast or something like that. Yeah, so that's all about the preparation. Now, what about consciously choosing things that you want to keep and you don't? So consider removing things that you just don't like, don't get a good vibe from, things that you don't use anymore, or maybe you've never used them. Maybe somebody gave you something useful and it wasn't. Or you've got two of the same thing. Things that are broken, that don't work well, or just are a bit frustrating to use, they just irritate you. Things that represent the past you, the old you. As an example, I was doing a healing on a young man once, and Spirit brought forward this picture of it was actually his bedroom, and there were these posters on the wall, and one had quite a dark, dense energy, and Spirit was saying that that's affecting, I was saying to this man, Spirit saying that's really bringing you down, it's affecting you. It's like your vibration has gone up because you've done lots and lots of work on yourself and got yourself to a really good positive state. And this thing is, represents your past. So it's actually pulling you down. And he said, he thought about it and he said, yeah, I do have some posters. Oh, yeah, I know that one. That'll be my Black Sabbath poster. And, maybe Black Sabbath was fine in its day for him, but it doesn't vibe with him anymore. And so he was going to really consider that, changing that. Yeah, so have a look at things and see how they make you feel. Marie Kondo is a really cool person to watch videos of. I think she's amazing, and she's really in tune with the energy of our home and the energy of our stuff. So what she suggests is that you take each item, you hold it, and you ask, does this bring me joy? And if it doesn't bring you joy, then thank it for its service and let it know it's moving on to a new place, a new home. So then you're just left with the things that bring you joy, and they might be those really special items that don't have a function, but they uplift you. The other thing to think about are things that have absorbed negative energy from people and experiences in your home. You might be able to clear some of these through using bowls and light and intention. But some you just know it's time for them to go. Pictures and ornaments especially hold emotion. There was one time when I had to let go of a picture. I did this exercise where I went around my home and looked at all the pictures and felt into them and said, how does this make me feel? There was one in particular. It was my absolute favourite picture. It was light, bright. It had beautiful rainbow colours in it. It was just gorgeous. It's a picture of this young girl. But it was there for me through a really tough time in my life, and I poured a lot of sadness into that picture. It reminded me of someone I was missing, and yeah, I just poured a lot of grief and sadness into it. And every time I looked at it, I knew that even though I appreciated it was really beautiful, it just made me feel sad, reminded me of that time. So I had to let that go. And I did do some cleansing of it before I put it up for sale for the new owners. But I knew that I couldn't cleanse it enough for myself for it to stay. So sometimes we just got to let things go. And it did help me to feel a lot lighter and brighter. Yeah. So once we've chosen the things we want to release, obviously now you need to get rid of your old stuff. And there's lots of ways to do that, sell, recycle, give away, or if it's really absolute rubbish, dump it. A couple of my favourite things to do is take photos of things and text the friends that I think would really enjoy that. Like if it's a bunch of gardening stuff, I know someone who's collecting gardening stuff, and I'll send them a message saying, do you want this? Someone who's just moved into a new flat might want some kitchen stuff. And that feels really good to give it to people that are actually going to use it. It's awesome. Yeah. Another thing I've done in the past is had friends round for a meal, and I've just put all my stuff out on display and say, hey, that's free. Take something when you go. And that's been fun as well. Okay. And before you send things on their way, thank them for their service and give them good energy for the new. Again, that's just all about your intention. So, number 3, what are we going to do with the energy now we have created this beautiful new space by removing these items that no longer serve our highest good? First, it is important to physically cleanse the space, get rid of the dust, the dirt, and anything dead spiders, stuff like that. Get rid of all that stuff. Then energetically clear that space. You can set an intention to transmute any negative or low energies and go through the space with this intention. There's no right or wrong way to say what you want to say. It's up to you. As long as your intention is pure, that will be good. And you can support yourself with some tools if you like, some crystals, some sound. So you might want to put a bowl around that area, ring a bell or rattle, drum the area. as you're putting your intention to clear the energy. And so it will be, you might want to burn some Palo Santos, some sage, incense, whatever. It doesn't matter as long as the intention is there. Saint Germain's violet flame is another option. And another thing is to open the windows of your house while you're clearing, to let the old stagnant energy out and bring in new. But once you're done, just be present in that space, you in this new space. Notice how it feels, how it makes you feel. And be really chuffed with your efforts. Pat yourself on the back. Be grateful for the efforts. And then if you want to, if it wasn't intended that you were creating space for the new, you can do some manifestation work to bring that new energy in. So I hope this has helped in some way as a bit of a reminder of the importance of clearing your home for your energetic health, with some ideas and tips. And we all do it. It's just a bit of a reminder to be a bit more conscious and working with that energy. In the description below are links to Spiritualism New Zealand, and feel free to get in touch with me anytime. My website and my Facebook page, Zen with Kath, are there too. I'd love for you to join that. And happy home clearing.